let me bring on our next guest, who will in turn bring on our next guest. And we're going to do an exclusive interview with Alfie. And there he is, John Perot. He is a counsel at Zuber Lawler. John, how are we doing today?
We're doing great. Thank you so much. Thank you for the crypto update. I'm going to have to make some trade letter based on that. So that was perfect timing. Before I have the distinct pleasure of introducing Dr. Paul Pereira, I just want to do my very, very quick customary prayer to the video chat gods. May our Wi-Fi connections be sturdy, Amazon Prime somewhere else, and our dogs, kids, and the 3 teams of workers at my house right now respect quiet time for the next 20 minutes. So with that, I will move on to introduce Dr. Paul Pereira. The toughest thing about preparing for this panel, Paul, was shrinking your incredibly impressive bio down to something because we want to get to the real meat. So let me introduce you. Dr. Paul Pereira served as Alfi's chairman, president, and CEO since April 2018. Highlights from his 30 years of successful business initiatives in the technology, telecommunications, transportation, manufacturing, and biotech industries include the founding of the first ISP in the Caribbean, the turnaround and restructuring of the Palestinian telecommunication company, and serving as a founding director of the Dubai and Amman, Jordan-based multi-billion telecom company Betel. From 2010 to March 2016, Paul was the CEO at Alton Consulting Group, where he re-engineered multiple firms to renewable and sustainable transition for the new bioeconomy. Before that, from August 2013 to November 2015, Paul served as the CEO and executive chairman of MHG, now known as Danimer Scientific, where he spearheaded a turnaround from bankruptcy to a multi-million buyout in 2 years. With that, I want to get started. So, Paul, please explain to everyone, what is the Alfi program and what exactly are its benefits?
Sure. Thank you, Jonathan, for that great introduction. Really appreciate it. So Alfie is a transformational, disruptive platform in the digital out-of-home space. This space has had no technological injection for over 2 decades, 20 years. And the reason why Alfie is so disruptive, 3 simple things. We use no cookies, we're privacy compliant, and we use machine learning models that we've built with sensors, cameras that are used as sensors to detect different metrics like age and gender. This alone differentiates Alfie's platform from everything else out there today, providing a lot of accountability and transparency while respecting the user's privacy. So basically, Alfie's platform is capable of delivering relevant content to the right person at the right moment in time. Let me show you a real 1-minute video of what Alfie is all about. If we could pull the video up, and you'll get an idea of the power of Alfie.
This is a brief demonstration of how Alfie's technology can be utilized in the digital out-of-home advertising market. Here you can see a mock-up of a bus shelter advertisement. In the bottom right, the 6 brands cycling on this bus shelter are Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Nike, Nissan, Nivea, and Pepsi. We'll quickly run through the ad cycle with no one present. The gender-neutral, age-neutral creatives are shown where available. Otherwise, the most generic asset is selected. Alfie enables real-time audience profiling, generating demographic snapshots of the people standing in front of an advertising screen. With this empowerment, brands can assign multiple creative assets to a slot in the cycle, leveraging Alfie to choose the best creative for the current audience. All this audience data is available to the brands throughout their campaigns, so they can see incredibly transparent audience engagement profiles, broken down by time of day, demographics, and more. Now we'll introduce an audience. With me standing at the bus stop, Alfie detects a young man and chooses the male-targeted Coke ad. If Ariana Grande walks up, Alfie sees a young woman and selects the female McDonald's ad. Idris Elba then appears. Alfie recognises a middle-aged man, so the male ad aimed at the 35-plus age bracket is displayed for Nike. What about groups? If Destiny's Child stood at the bus stop, Alfie would see 3 young women with an average age of 28, choosing the female-specific Nissan ad for them. Mixed groups work too. Here's the Big Bang Theory cast, 4 men and 1 woman. Over 75% of the audience is male, so the male-specific Nivea ad is selected. If Alfie saw Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, the even male-female split would lead to an unspecified gender being relayed, so the gender-neutral Pepsi ad will display. If we reverse the audiences to see some different responses, Blake and Ryan's average age of 40 leads to Coca-Cola's gender-neutral creative for over.
So, so right here, Jonathan, this alone positions Alfie far ahead of anything else that's out there today. Imagine just being able to just pick up one metric, gender, and focus on gender-related ads if they were a male or female in front of the screen. You've just increased your targeting ability by 50% above and beyond what's out there today in the digital out-of-home market. Just that one metric. And Alfie does multiple metrics, but just that alone positions Alfie in a league all by itself as a SaaS artificial intelligence platform.
Now, so obviously, the proof is in the pudding. So, the next question leads to, how is Alfie developed, and how have you established that it works well and can, deliver on its, unbelievable promise?
Yeah. So we've been building Alfie for about the last 4 years. Alfie went to market over 2 years ago. We've been running Alfie successfully in the wild, in malls, in hotels, in spas, in ride shares, in taxi cabs. And we were ready to go to market right before COVID started last year. COVID hit, and we decided not to go to market because we did not want to take on the additional overhead with the unknown lay of the land with COVID. We didn't know what the economy was going to do, and we didn't want the additional overhead of marketing support, QA, QC, customer service, and all that stuff. So what we decided to do was bunker down, take our entire engineering team, and build version 2 of Alfie. Most companies go to market with what's called an MVP, minimal viable product. We're going to market with version 2 of Alfie's platform. And so we did that, and now we're ramping hard in 14 cities and in malls and airports all around the world.
Great. So, now that we're here, so where does the company stand right now, in terms of where you are?
So, well, after my COVID diet, as you know, I had COVID, and for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, nobody seen me. I call it the COVID diet because I lost 12 pounds. It was great. I powered through it. Went through all the symptoms that you would have in COVID. First week with the ague, the fatigue, and the tiredness and the fevers, and then by day 8, 9, 10, I had the shortness of breath and the heavy breathing and stuff. By day 11, 12, 13, I was powering out of it, and today, a week plus later, I feel perfect. I know I have the antibody in me now, and I've beaten off the COVID. My staff probably had a little 2-week vacation while I was out because I wasn't hard on them and powering through, but we're back up and ramping hard, and today we're delivering on focused execution of the rollouts in our pipeline of contracts, and that's thousands of ride shares in 14 major cities. Hammersmith Mall in London, which is one of 50 malls in the Lambert Smith Group. We're delivering to them today or tomorrow their customized user interfaces that they asked for. Belfast International Airport, which is one of 45 airports in the Vinci Group, we're delivering their user interface that they asked for as well. NEOH in Brazil, which is the equivalent of a Clear Channel. They've got over 10,000 screens. We're running in Sao Paulo's airports in Latitude lounges right now. And we're with a rollout across Brazil in bus stations, airports, train stations, Viva Telecom, and potentially Carrefour right across Brazil with NEOH. And also we have our call centers that are targeting the small, medium businesses, the guys that are the small guys that don't have the budgets or the money to go to the big programmatic exchanges or to go to the agency to place their ads. We're going to them and offering specials so that they can place their ads on the Alfie's massive distribution network. We also just signed a contract with an advertising agency, and we start running in Denver International Airport and New Delhi International Airport. That press release is probably going to come out in a couple of days. So you heard it here first.
So, I mean, what else are we going to, so obviously it's fantastic in terms of already, kind of expanding globally. What else are we going to see from Alfie in terms of revenue growth in the near future?
So, the revenue opportunity is exponential. It's explosive. And the reason I say that is because just imagine with 30,000 tablets distributed, we have a revenue inventory of over 30 million. By the end of next year, we'll have an inventory just in the rideshare tablets alone of over 500 million. That's not counting that, and that there represents 0.001% of the $660 billion digital out-of-home market. 0.001%. That's just rideshares. But what people don't realize is Alfie is not just a rideshare distribution. We are an AI software engineering company with a next generation platform. And Alfie is a neutral SaaS platform that provides a connection point for all brands and all digital out-of-home assets, billboards, kiosks, clear channel, anything worldwide. The rideshare rollout is only the beginning, using the hardware in the rideshare rollouts as an enabler for the customer experiences. But the SaaS enterprise platform part of Alfie is where there's going to be a massive ramp, because that is available in malls and airports globally, and that will probably exceed 500 million in inventory available that we're talking about in the ride shares next year. So the scalability of our SaaS platform, in my opinion, could be in the billions of dollars of opportunity, just because of what the market is. That market is 660 billion potential, and then we haven't even started talking about data, which is the new oil. We haven't even talked about the value of that data that we collect in a privacy compliant manner. Any business that's going to be in business and be successful has got to use data intelligently. And Alfie is going to be able to provide intelligent data to those brands so that they can make intelligent business decisions. The value of that has not even been calculated on our balance sheets as yet. So you can imagine what that ramp is going to look like. No business will survive or be successful without intelligent data. And Alfie was built for this.
Excellent. That's very, very exciting stuff. So, what are also some of the inorganic growth strategies that you are, Alfie is looking at in the next couple of months, in the next couple of years?
So let me just hit the organic stuff real quick, and I'll jump into the inorganic stuff. So right now, on the organic side, we're executing on programmatic. This market size alone is 126 billion and growing rapidly. We've signed 3 major programmatic exchanges. You'll hear about that coming up soon. I was told not to name them today. We're working with big brands and big agencies to bring onto the rideshare platforms that we're distributing. And we're also bringing on SaaS revenues. Hammersmith Mall and NEOH are 2 SaaS revenue customers. They are paying us for our software to put on their hardware. That's the SaaS enterprise model. And we're also, of course, without forgetting the small medium business owners, we're bringing them on with special packages so that they can have an opportunity to geo-market in their areas as ride shares pass their pizza stores or their realtor stores or their salons or whatever the case have you. On the inorganic side, we're working on acquisitions with a list of companies which generate revenues such as ad servers and launch pads with 30,000 plus additional screens that the Alfie SaaS platform will layer on. There are many acquisition and partnership opportunities, and many digital out-of-home companies are providing just simple digital screens with no intelligence and no data reporting, while still not being even privacy compliant. I mean, companies like JCDecaux, Clear Channel, they all lack intelligent transformation platform that Alfie's disruptive platform can provide for them. We'll enhance and add great value to these large digital out-of-home providers and brand owners. And the brand owners are going to start demanding it, because a lot of brand owners are bringing their advertising campaigns in-house, and they want control, they want transparency, and they want accountability. They want what the Alfie's next generation platform provides today. And this disruptive platform gives both the user and the brand owner exactly what they've been asking for decades. One last thing I want to tell you, sorry. You know, the Googles and Facebooks of the world, they're still trying to figure it out. You got to remember that these guys use cookies, and they still need years to figure out what their new model looks like. They've already violated user privacy and trust. After you lost it, how do you reverse it, or how do you change it? That's what they got to figure out. Alfie has not violated user privacy. We are privacy compliant to the word. We built this thing GDPR compliant, and we're going after that $600 billion market. And we're not waiting on them to bring that battle to us. That $600 billion market is Alfie's for the taking.
Very, very exciting. I mean, any other particular details you want to give in terms of what you're looking for acquisition targets?
Sure. We actually today have 3 acquisition targets that we are at major stages of discussions, completions on. I'm not able to talk more about it, but very exciting acquisition targets where we believe that we are going to integrate on one of the acquisition targets. We're going to integrate a lot of the programmatics into a centralized connection point that will give a level of filtering and a level of delivery that's not even available today in the programmatic exchanges. So we're hoping to take programmatic to the next level, which benefits the programmatic exchanges because it adds more value to the brands that are placing money into these programmatics. And you got to remember, Alfie is a neutral platform. We are a AI software engineering SaaS platform, SaaS company first. We distributed and continue to distribute the tablets to ride shares and car owners only because of the heavy demand. This is what distribution is going to look like. This right here is the Alfie box that's shipped out to all the ride shares in 14 cities. When you open this box, right, you got the Alfie tablet sitting down in it. Right here is that Alfie tablet. This tablet is not even on the shelves yet, the new Lenovo tablets. This is what the ride shares are receiving in 14 cities as we are talking. And I'm telling you what I'm going to do. I am going to place the power of Alfie in the hands of the first 100 people that send you their full contact details and information. I'll mail out 100 of these to them and give them the power of Alfie in their hand to see exactly what it's about. Now, I can't ship it till October because all 10,000 that I have right now are we have over demand. My next 10,000 shipment comes in October, and I will send this out to them. 100 people will get this, and they will turn this on, and they will see the power of Alfie in their hand and what Alfie's platform is really capable of. So all the questions about is it real, they will see it, feel it, and experience it themselves. The first 100 people that send you their contact details and information.
Okay, and moderators get special dibs too, right? I just,
of course, send it. I will send you one too for you. I'll send you that, and I'll send you the polo shirt because next time we can have matching shirts.
Exactly. We'll match fully next time. That sounds great. We're getting close to the end, but I just wanted to, ask: is there anything else you wanted to add, as you said, about how Alfie can you referenced earlier the increasing desire of brands to, bring more stuff in house. And, how was Alfie also, if you want to add anything, help them exercise more control over their campaigns and, address, as you said, the concerns about privacy compliance, because that's going to be more and more important.
So when we built this platform, day one, we took out the GDPR regulation book. Line for line, paragraph for paragraph, we made sure that this platform was compliant with it. We could have easily built a platform a lot faster, a lot sooner, that didn't follow the rules of GDPR. But one of the building blocks of this platform was to be privacy compliant, build trust and confidence in the user, and give transparency to the brands. I'll give you a quick story. When NEOH was doing their global search for a provider, NEOH is no different than Lamar Advertising, Global Media Entertainment, Clear Channel, or JCDecaux. They do the exact same thing. They control their assets and their screens in airports, bus terminals, train stations, and they have brands that advertise on it. They had 3 criteria they wanted: customer interactivity, data capture, intelligent data capture, and remote access for the small brand owner and the large brand owner alike. And that's an important factor because today, those small or big brand owners don't have remote access to JCDecaux or Clear Channel screens outside. They got to go through a whole system and process before they can get their ad onto a screen. They hired a third-party consultant that shortlisted 28 companies worldwide, a dozen of them from San Francisco, half a dozen out of China, and the rest of them from Spain, Portugal, all over the world. Alfie was one of them in the first 28. We got shortlisted to 16, then shortlisted to 6. Alfie got the contract. The owner of the company, Leonardo Chelby, it's a 42-year-old company in Brazil, who took over from his father, got online and said, Paul, I have to talk to you. I want to tell you something. Thank you. You are the only company in the world that we found was capable of delivering the 3 criteria that we asked for. And you've done it eloquently. You've done it incredibly well. Today, we're running in Sao Paulo Airport. We're going to start rolling out across Brazil. And there are many other opportunities that we have. First, we're starting to do runs in Denver International Airport with another company. And in Delhi's International Airport, and I can continue on with the others. Yeah. So the reason for it is we built a platform that is privacy compliant, that collects intelligent data, that uses predictive models to gather metrics that are important for brand owners. Brand owners want that remote access. They want to be able to control their campaigns. They want to be able to get real-time data. They don't want to wait 6 months for some third party to do some estimate of what this could be like, because there's an estimated 30 million people walking through an airport. So we think that of that 30 million, you might have 1 million views. They want real, actual figures. Alfie delivers that, because Alfie delivers real data, not projected, not anticipated, not 6 months late, real data, real time.
That is fantastic. And I think that we are right at the end of our allotted time. So Paul, I want to thank you. It's been a real pleasure. I want to thank our host, Ben Zinga, and I hope everyone enjoys the rest of the conference.
John, Paul, thanks a lot, guys. That was great.
Thank you, John. Always a pleasure. Thanks, Spencer.